Hi guys and welcome to Strength Universe. Before we get into the video, I'd like to thank Shep, Derek and Jump223 for suggesting a comparison between Hafthor Bjornsson and Brian Shaw. Hafthor Bjornsson won the 2018 World's Strongest Man, along with the Arnold Classic 3 times and Europe's Strongest Man 5 times, and Brian Shaw's won the World's Strongest Man 4 times and the Arnold Strongman Classic 3 times. We start the comparison with Hafthor and Brian's best performance in the max axle press. For Hafthor, this was at the 2017 Europe's Strongest Man, where he pressed 206 kilograms, and Brian achieved 205 kilograms at the 2011 Giants Live Tour in London. The win on the max axle press goes to Hafthor, who manages to press a slightly heavier weight, albeit without the control that Brian showed, and this close-fought event matches the times that the athletes have competed against each other, where Hafthor has won 4 and drawn 2 out of their 9 encounters. Up next is a vehicle pull, and in this example we look at a plane pull from the 2017 World's Strongest Man final that required the athletes to pull a 28.5 tonne aircraft down a 30-metre course as fast as possible within a 60-second time limit. Hafthor takes the win, completing the course in 41.1 seconds, some 6.5 seconds faster than Brian, in an event that he's dominated over the years, winning 6 out of their 8 encounters. Plane pull is followed by the 18-inch deadlift, where both athletes achieved their personal best at the 2018 World's Ultimate Strongman competition, that saw Hafthor pull 520 kilograms or 1,146 pounds. Beating Brian's best by over 6%, but this result was not representative of their World's Strongest Man encounters, where Brian has won 5 out of 7 times, from 2011 to 2016, and drew with Hafthor in 2017 and 18. The 4th event is the bale tote, and on this occasion it's from the 2017 Arnold Strongman Classic, that saw the competitors carry a bale weighing 710 kilograms or 1,565 pounds down a 4-metre course. Brian takes a comfortable victory, completing the course in nearly half the time of Hafthor, and this is representative of the previous 3 occasions that they've competed in this event, where Brian took the victory in 2014, 15 and 16. Next up is a log lift, and Brian achieved his personal best at the 2015 Arnold Australia, where he pressed 200 kilograms or 441 pounds. But Hafthor takes the win by hoisting a 213 kilogram or 470 pound log overhead. Although there is a reasonable difference of around 5% in the athlete's max log lift, things were much closer during their encounters at the World's Strongest Man, where Hafthor narrowly leads Brian by 4 wins to 3 and 2 draws. The log lift is followed by the squat lift from the 2017 World's Strongest Man final. At this year's event, the competitors had to squat a 318 kilogram or 700 pound axle as many times as possible within the 60-second time limit. Brian's measured approach paid off as he beat Hafthor by 13 reps to 12, and the result shown here matches the 3 times that Hafthor and Brian have competed against each other in this event at the World's Strongest Man. But it should be noted that Hafthor had a minor quad tear in 2017 and a broken foot in 2019, and I suspect had it not been for these injuries that he certainly would have won on at least one occasion. The 7th event is a sear dumbbell and shows Brian's best performance from the 2016 Arnold Strongman Classic, compared to Hafthor's personal best from 2020. Brian achieves 3 repetitions with the 136kg or 300-pound dumbbell, and this compares to Hafthor, who managed 1 repetition at 127kg, followed by a single repetition at 136.
It wouldn't surprise me if he nails this if he goes to 320. 300, making it easy.
Last one. This one, put it for the lead. For the USA. Right there, Bjornsson.
Hafthor was arguably at his peak at the 2020 Arnold Strongman Classic, and in my opinion probably had better overhead strength than Brian. But this event's about technique and Brian absolutely nails it every time, beating Hafthor in this event on 4 out of 5 encounters. Next we look at the athlete's dynamic ability in the loading race from the 2018 World's Strongest Man final that required the athletes to carry the 5 objects ranging from 105 through to 150kg down a 10-metre course within the 75-second time limit. Hafthor comfortably takes the win, finishing the course in 31.22 seconds, some 12 seconds ahead of Brian, and this result closely matches their history in this event where Hafthor has won on 3 out of 4 occasions. The penultimate event is a timber carry, in this instance from the 2018 Arnold Strongman Classic, that required the competitors to carry a 400kg or 882-pound timber frame up an 11-metre ramp without the use of lifting straps. And in this example, Brian beats Hafthor by almost 2 seconds, with a time of 10.03. But the result of the 6 times that they've competed in this event is 3 wins each, and thus the 9th event is a draw. The final event is the elephant bar deadlift from the 2019 Arnold Strongman Classic, where Hafthor set a new world record with a pull of 474kg, and Brian matched his personal best from 2016 with a lift of 463kg. As shown earlier in the video, Brian won most of the deadlift events during their competitive encounters, but taking both athletes during their peak, I think there's no doubt that Hafthor had the superior deadlift. Brian's been competing in Strongman since 2007 and Hafthor since 2010, and although there's only 3 years difference in experience, Brian hit his peak several years earlier. Their performance at the World's Strongest Man was nip and tuck from 2012 onwards. Brian's dominance was far more obvious at the Arnold Strongman Classic, where he outperformed Hafthor every year from 2012 until 2018, when Hafthor's strength took a huge leap, going from a 438kg deadlift to 472kg in a single year, and in my opinion a couple of the new events better suited Hafthor's ability, those being the bag over bar and the stone to shoulder. I think it's safe to say that during their competitive history, when averaging out their respective peak performances, they were very closely matched, with Hafthor having a marginally better win ratio of 45% compared to Brian's 42.6%. The one area that's far easier to judge is Hafthor and Brian's peak static strength, and on this metric it's clear to see that Hafthor could outlift Brian on most max lifts. That brings me towards the end of the video, but I'd like to hear your opinion, so please leave a comment below letting me know who you think was the better strongman and why. I've left the athlete's social media links and credits in the description below, so please check those out and give them a follow. And finally, if you enjoyed the video, please help support my channel by hitting like, sharing the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribing. Thank you.